Hello,
Hi.
Farace. What's going
How you
on?
doing?
How'd you
It's
get into my house?
oh, that's a story for another episode.
That's pretty creepy.
You ever play that game back in the day, the flip the bottle,
Yeah, see who can
water in it?
make us see who can
Yeah,
make us stand up. Yeah. Why?
yeah. I saw it last night.
What do you mean?
Here we go. Here's the instant replay. Look at that.
He's telling them. He's just saying that's why they pay me the big bucks, guys.
That's your T-Mobile coverage cam for tonight. 3-2 to Terrens.
Wow.
He's
So-
miserable. That miserable bastard. He hates life.
I thought that guy didn't like anybody on his team. Didn't laugh with them. Didn't joke around with them.
No smiles.
No
No
smile.
stuff. Listen, speaking of no smiles, Rodriguez, I don't have a smile on my face. I don't want to smile right now. After what we just saw, I'm a little irritated. I'm a lot irritated, actually. We're on several different fronts here. And I think it's best that producer Joe just hits the button to start the show so we can get rolling because my blood pressure's going up.
Put up the bullets!
All right, welcome back in. that right there, what just happened there.
right.
Welcome
How you
back in.
Feel better?
Season 8, episode 8. Steve here. I love dongs.
He does.
Rodriguez is here. What's going on? So we got the jerseys going today. Not the same jersey, but we went
no,
both went with jerseys
no.
today.
We did. You sure
I
did,
assume
yeah.
yours is number 25, Rodriguez.
Well done.
I know
Well done.
you. I know you.
Well done.
Mine, brand new. The City Connect Mr. Juan Soto, Mr. Misery. I should not smile. know.
Listen, I'm not gonna say what I normally say, which would if I would say it, I'd say I don't wear another man's name on my back. I wear my own name. I was gonna say that to you, but I'm not gonna say it. But if I
You
did
shouldn't.
say
Yeah,
it,
that's a good
probably what I
idea not
would've
to say
said.
it.
I won't say it though. All right, just let you know. But Soto,
I did get it from 12 for like
Fantastic.
$12 overseas. You know.
No, listen, Soto, dude, he's a Met. He's a Met for the next 15 years. He's our Hall of Famer. When he goes
All
to
right,
the Hall of
that's-
Fame, he's gonna go like us. So
Producer Joe,
chill.
I don't think we've been on a show together since the season actually started. So hello, sir. Yep. Exactly
And
what I
yes.
okay.
That's how I feel about it. Yes.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
That's a
sorry.
lot of love. That's
wait,
a
does
lot
that
of
mean
love.
that you're upset about it? That means your tummy's upset about
No, that means I'm
missing
very
me.
excited.
that's the guy I know and love.
You
That's
pissed
that's
him
the
off.
guy I know and love.
Pissed
All
him
right,
off.
we will be without Keith today, so it'll be a very short show. But let's get into some things here that I'm a little ticked off about today, Rodriguez.
Wait. What do you mean it's going to be a short show? Are you trying to say that it's going to be a smaller show because Keith is not here?
No,
Is that what you're trying to say? Because
like
Just
shorter.
Oh, shorter. Okay.
All right, let's get into this. The Mets
Let's go,
4-game
Metsy.
set in Los Angeles. Mets take 2 of the first 3. You know, doing their thing out there, playing well, matched up against the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year in the.
Yeah.
I got Eastern Conference Finals on my mind. This is my next.
I don't know. You're just a crier today. You're like,
All right,
you're like a
the
little
National League
crybaby.
Championship Series last year,
Okay.
and then today, you know, Pete hits his 3rd home run in 2 games. Nimmo and Marte go back to
Go
back.
deep. Yep.
And the Mets
Sweet,
find a
sweet.
way to lose. They shot themselves in the foot today, Rodriguez. 13 guys left on base.
Yeah. 13.
Beatty, what
13.
are you double clutching? You had the same grip the second time. You're
I
12
don't-
feet away from him.
I don't understand. I don't understand the whole double clutching and the whole way of getting nervous about that. But I guess he just choked. That's what you call a choke job, dude. He
That's a
he
choke job.
actually he choked that ball and he choked himself.
At
Two
first, I was furious
double
because I thought maybe
chokes.
Alvarez didn't get there. Like I thought maybe
No,
Alvarez wasn't it.
no, it was a bad throw. It was like, what was Alvarez gonna do? And then he's in the way
No. Yeah.
of the pitcher. Then the pitcher tries to get the
And
ball
then he almost
inside the
got the
guy
pitcher
out.
and the catcher both killed.
I know. It just turned into a whole fiasco. Beatty won that. That wasn't the only reason that the Mets lost, but it was a huge part of the game. I mean, you just said it yourself. We lost 13. We left 13 guys on base, dude. We had men on base like almost every inning and couldn't cash in on that.
I threw up in my mouth.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It was
It was
ridiculous.
terrible.
The Mets,
It was really tough to watch.
They had a real good knack for beating up on that pitcher.
Oh yeah, number what? The starter number 90. We had they had number 96 and then number 86 came in a little bit later.
Really?
On. Yeah,
Wow,
there was an 86.
They got younger every time they came in.
So a part of this playing into it is that the lineup was a little bit slimmer, wasn't as lengthy because of Lindor being out.
If that doesn't go into it, dude, they left 13 men on base. The lineup was fine.
I'm saying, yeah, but Lindor maybe gets a hit with those guys on base. That's Mr. Clutch. That's Mr. Smile. But and then mental errors. These are the things, and they talked about this on the broadcast and the post game. The mental errors of Marte getting picked off their base. Yes, you hit a home run, and
terrible.
That was awful. You have no reason to be that far off of their base.
Terrible.
No reason. And you out by a mile. I was like challenging. I was like, oh, he's out by 6 feet. So
that can't happen to a pro. That's not a pro or what a pro does. Neither what Batty did, what Marte did, not pro. Honestly, it was terrible.
Now Mauricio had a similar play the other night, right? Grounded to third. They had the infield in, and he threw Ohtani out at the plate. A little bit of rundown, but he was quick. I don't want to be so harsh and say Beatty, you're awful. He's played really good defense over there. This just messed up. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what happened with Nimmo the other night. Nimmo's played excellent left field. He got turned around. So this could have been a sweep, Rodriguez. Couldn't have been a sweep.
Yes, but see how you're getting negative. You're letting that negative. I can see how your voice gets high because you want to go, this could have been a sweep. Yes, you want to get all excited and mad. You want to let that New York out. Don't let the New York out just yet. Keep the Southern guy. Let him come out and understand. We went 2-2 up in LA on a road trip to LA. They're the best offensive team in the league, bar none. We went 2-2, and we should have and could have won all 4 games. So put your team in that perspective, and you'll understand it. It's a really good team. This Mets team. They find the ways to win. Because their offense is starting to get better and lose. And see, there it is. There's the New Yorker. There's the New Yorker. You just can't stop it.
Well, producer Joe, he's trying to introduce logic into this.
You know what? You're right. Well, I'm gonna let you rant.
No.
And
then producer Joe says, "Oh, it's okay because I predicted 2-2. I'm glad it's okay that they stooped down to your level to go with 2-2 when they could have been 3 out of 4 in Los Angeles."
It's funny.
And enough with the extra innings.
It's funny.
We started 9.
Because
Jesus Christ.
I knew you were going to be upset when I sent that, and I sent it anyway. I sent it with a smile, and I waited for you to get upset about it. Thank you. I feel justified.
There you go.
Can you all tell that we've known each other for a long time and we know buttons to press?
Ballsy.
I wish Charles, I wish that was the case because that would be an explanation to some of the stuff that's going on. Talking about sports is fake BS, FanDuel, what is here, common errors, minor league kid, throw home, boom, exactly, throw the ball. Don't be accusing people of Pete Rose and this stuff, though. Don't put the ball home on the rundown. Yes, please, Isaac.
We all know what happened. We know.
And then to top it all off.
Who
gets the base hit to bring home the eventual game-winning run?
Conforto.
Michael Conforto. 0 for 11 in the series. Bat 0-57 on the season with runners in score position. He's only in the lineup because the rest of the lineup is good and they had so many injuries. Otherwise, he'd be a bench guy.
How happy he is right now. Think how happy he is.
1 for 12. Congratulations.
All right, dude. Let Conforto get his jolly off. It's probably his last year in the league.
It's probably
and
it's probably the highlight of the year for him. Come on.
And then my
he got
mom,
his revenge.
And you know
Mama
what?
Farace.
He's a good kid, man. We didn't make him an offer. It wasn't his fault. Come on. Come on.
He got producer Joe feeling love for him. You know, when he wanted.
we didn't make. I don't think we made the DeGrom an offer.
He doesn't deserve it. He's a traitor. He doesn't deserve an offer.
All right.
Traitor.
So that's right. Conforto went to San Francisco. And he almost did to us yesterday. I mean, he got hit with the pitch. Remember him sticking his elbow out during a strike to get the game winning runner?
You gotta let things go sometimes.
I'm good. And then Mama Farace echoing what she texted me, saying she knew Conforto was going to come through because he was due.
She knew that? How did she know?
Because he was due.
Mama Farace, post a lottery numbers, please.
Please. No, she's been trying that for years.
Tell me about it. I know the feeling.
All right. I don't know if I got that all out. We'll see what happens during the rest of the show here.
You're gonna have many explosions.
Let's look at the positive. Let's look at the positive here.
We're gonna try that now.
I'm gonna put some logic into this thing, and I'm gonna inject some positivity here. You split 2 games in LA, and that's I'll take that anytime. That was the expectation going in, probably. The opportunity, you live and you learn from this. Rodriguez, stop. It's enough already.
What'd I say? I haven't said a word.
All right, let's talk some goodness here, Rodriguez. Let's talk about some positive stuff here. The pitching staff. The pitching staff has been pretty good from top to bottom. Even Tylor, in the effort the other night, he gave up 4 runs in the first inning, but then settled down the rest of the way. Not ideal.
Way to make it easy on yourself, Tylor.
So talk about these guys, Rodriguez. Solid 5 who are really mostly not thought about in the starting rotation wise.
I don't know how you bring back Sean Manaea and Montas and stick him in this rotation. None of these guys really, at the moment, deserve to be taken out. They're all gamers. I mean, they don't pitch many innings. The guy today starting to pitch many innings, starting to get into the 7th inning, probably starting to get into the 8th inning because he's becoming dominant, guys. Okay. Mr. Peterson, is becoming very, very dominant as a lefty. He's got that nice slow. It's almost like a slider or a sinker. He stays down low in the zone. He stopped throwing to throw the ball up. Like Keith Hernandez said today, he had a busted up hip or something like that. And every time he tried to race and throw the ball, it would sail on him, which of course that could be a big problem. But he's got it down now. Sometimes, like they say, it takes lefties a little bit longer, but Peterson seems to be doing the job now, man. He's co-acing with Senga. He's really fantastic. And then Senga, you got this guy with a one something ERA. What is it, 1.5 or something like that? Yes.
Yeah, it ballooned. It ballooned the other day.
It ballooned the other day, but fantastic pitching. And then, like I mentioned to you the other day, Farace, Manning. I said, is that a dime store version of Trevor Bauer? Because he's pitching just like what Trevor Bauer used to pitch. I was always saying, Canning. I keep saying the wrong name with this guy. Canning. Griffin Canning, because the names don't make any sense. Griffin Canning. They don't make sense.
You mean the worst pitcher in all of baseball last year until coming through the Mets program?
Through the Mets program. The Mets lab, Hefner. You did this thing with.
That's funny because you don't have trouble remembering Bauer's name. You have no problem with that name. I see that. But you got a problem with everybody else's name. But Bauer, you know that guy. That guy, I'll tell you everything you need to know about Trevor Bauer. Let's talk Trevor Bauer. Let's have a 5-minute segment.
I think he might be able to put us over the top.
I mean, I told you I like the way he pitches, and they bring in the guy that's just like him. So I was right, even though his name is Griffin Canning. Right. So we're doing pretty good. Producer Joe, don't be so upset. We're not getting Trevor Bauer. We're not getting him. I promise you.
Didn't he just win a case? Like,
I think the girl has the judge ordered the girl to pay him some money or something. Yeah,
that's winning. Like
that's
what
winning. Yeah.
That I feel like if the way
So
it actually if you won
don't
produce
do this. Don't
certain
do
people
this.
on this show owe an apology maybe.
Don't do this, Farace.
Me? Are you talking to me?
He's
talking to me?
He's talking to you, producer Joe.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God,
Look,
he's gonna cough up a lung.
You know what? Hold on. Let me put Bauer Hour back on the screen because obviously we're gonna go there.
You can stop talking about him.
I never made any commentary on his cases or his guilt in any way. I was always very anti picking him up because of the stigma that would have come with him, regardless of his guilt, regardless of the cases. There was going to be a lot of ugly stigma, and it would have been bad in the clubhouse. It would have been bad on the road. It would have been bad at home. That may have worn off. I got to stop.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, wake up.
I'm good.
Yeah. There you go.
Blow it up.
There we go.
All right. I wanted to go really quickly back to Lindor and just indicate that this is
I thought you were gonna say
couple day thing. No, sorry.
Okay.
Because I snuck the Lindor pinky toe. Still, you can't control your curveball. Where are you throwing in the left-hand batter's box to the pinky toe of Lindor? What are we doing? What kind of pitches are these, Rodriguez? Jeez, he broke his pinky toe.
I don't understand why they can't control the ball after they warm up for 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ! And 2 years ago, he broke his pinky, his actual pinky.
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
But he played. He came back.
Yeah, and he missed one game.
Yeah,
gamer,
yeah.
captain.
I think.
Also, just took the lead over Jeter, right, for career home runs as a shortstop.
Yes, he did. Yes, he didn't want to come out of today's game either. He was fighting with Carlos over there, Mendoza. But
yeah, he passed Jeter, and Pete is sneaking up on what is he? 9 away? I think at this point for the home run lead for Mets.
I don't think he's has he passed. I think he's still behind David Wright.
He's still behind the cat.
Yeah, I think he's behind. I think he needs 9 more. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. Yeah, but I think
after today's. Yeah,
he might get that in Colorado. I'm not sure.
He'll get closer to it and then break it at home.
Actually, it's Strawberry with 252, and Wright with 242, and Alonso with 240 now. So he's 12.
Oh my God! He could pass the captain he could pass the captain this
2 more home runs. He'll
Let me tell you something. Look at me, Pete. Pete's watching right now. I have a message for Pete Alonso. You pass the captain, you best resign.
Oh.
You ain't gonna take the lead on the captain and then just go off to wherever the hell you want to go off to and get some extra money.
I'll drink to that.
Salud.
Salud.
All right, we have angry Farace today.
Well, because I expected to come into this show.
You don't do that. He's right.
No, if he takes over the record, he needs to resign. But also the Mets have to put their 2 cents in. It's Boris, man. It's that guy Boris, dude. He's so
but come on, Pete.
super greedy. But dang, Pete. Well, the only reason he's back is because he took his own. He took his life in his own hands and said, let me talk to the owner. The owner said, let me talk to him, and they worked it out. But I'm hoping that he wants to stay. I'm hoping Cohen, our fantastic owner.
Nobody else. Nobody else did that.
Well, that's why it's his money. He should do this more. He should do that more often.
Yeah, he should go sit down with Pete at the All-Star break and say, "Look, let's just sign a deal right now. Get it over with right now.
That's it.
No drama. No agent. Look, here's the deal. 7
Let me ask you guys a question.
He's not as good as Freeman, so I pay him a little bit less than him. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, he's overperforming average wise. You know, the bombs. Thankfully, there.
But listen,
but also go ahead.
If he keeps this approach, it might not be an overperformance because he's really staying away from that outside pitch and trying to hit everything, trying to golf everything on the outside. He's staying in his own position, and he's driving the ball to the opposite field because he's a polar bear and he can hit out of any stadium in the world. So his hitting, the way he's hitting this year is very mature. I think something might have clicked, and I hope it stays this way because he's worth signing for another 5 years easily. Yeah. If this is the guy we're gonna get, it's a fantastic signing. Like you said, at the All-Star break, do it, dude. Do it.
I do think that Pete dragging all that out disqualifies him from captain. The dragging out of the signing, I think that disqualifies him, and add to the fact that Lindor just it's above and beyond. Who's the first guy that they go to in with the media? They go to Lindor. What's the first? He could be 4 for 5, 4 home runs and 12 RBI, and he'll say the starting pitcher is the reason that we won this game.
He'll always give someone else the credit.
Yes,
always.
And then go into each player's locker at the end of each series.
I mean, the one game he made an error and we lost by a run.
Can't complain.
That was me. Yeah.
You know, I mean, he really is the unofficial official captain of the Mets right now, and I couldn't be more prouder. For me, you know, I'm all for it, dude, 100%. You know, but I don't think that disqualifies Pete in my mind so much. I think it was all business. And at the end of the day, he got it done and came back signed for 2 years, which he'll probably opt out or whatever. But like you said, if Cohen goes to him and says, "Listen, kid, you're a hometown boy. You know, you've been here forever.
Let's for life.
Be a Met for life."
Okay, but compare him to other captains. David Wright could have gotten more money elsewhere. Didn't even entertain it. Took 9. Yeah, I know what happened at the end. You know, stole money, right, Rodriguez? But captain-wise,
the same.
But captain-wise,
I agree with Farace on this because I think the way this whole thing went down over the last year kind of disqualifies him from being a captain because, like you said, that Wright in the same situation took less money. He wanted to stay with the Mets. He was a lifer, you know.
Okay, so let me say this then. Keith Hernandez, our captain, cokehead. Gary Carter, our other captain. They hated him. Everybody hated his cheeriness. Okay, David Wright stole money from the Mets in his last few years and kept us away from that.
Wait, what happened to Positive Rodriguez?
No, I'm just you guys are saying you guys are trying to bring up points to me, so I'm bringing you the facts. This is not, you know, this is a democracy. These are real facts. You know, we're not living in the White House. These are real facts, you know. So I'm not saying that he should be the captain. I'm pro Lindor for captain.
You're saying it's still okay if he's the captain.
You're just saying he should be in the running for it.
I'm saying he can be the co-captain because he really is a Met. He's a Met, dude. He really is.
You know what? If there's going to be a captain, it's going to be Lindor. I mean, I can't imagine them coming out and saying co-captains. I mean, look, it's Lindor. I mean, he could be in the running, sure, but he's not going to get it. Lindor.
Okay, whatever. I'm fine with Lindor. I'm more than happy with Lindor. Trust me.
All right. So, despite all of angry me because
You've been
of this
very
game,
angry today. You're taking up for Keith, huh?
The Mets are still 39-24.
4 Mets.
They're still in first place, but back in first place. The Filthies lost again today.
Ding ding! I'm hearing the sound effects again. I'm so happy.
You know what was great? when we're doing these little videos on the reels on TikTok and Instagram and all these, and at the start of the Colorado Rocky series, I in jest said the Mets are welcoming in the red hot Colorado Rock, and then said it for 9 and 47 and whatever. They leave us and they come down here to South Florida and they go to Miami and they sweep. They don't just win their first series.
On you.
Yep. The Rockies had lost 22 straight series. I don't know what I would do. That's not even like something that I've ever experienced. So thankfully, but then they come to Miami to play the Marlins and they sweep Miami in front of dozens and dozens.
No, wait a minute. Don't miscount. There's only one dozen. It's only one dozen. Okay.
Sorry.
So, but no, come on.
That doesn't matter. We're going in there to bring them back to earth. We're going in there. It doesn't matter.
It's funny.
At least so far this year, knockwood, the Mets haven't played down to their opposition.
Right.
They've taken care of business. So
yeah,
it's a weekend of realigning for the Rockies. They're gonna come back to earth. That's all.
Well, it's you get right sometimes you get right on the shitty pitchers, and that's what happened. Lindor started rolling there. Pete maintained his. Soto started turning around. Although Soto's now doing it in L.A. So is Pete. Mama Farace has for some reason she feels like I'm sarcastic. I don't know where that ever came from.
Must be the 50 years it took her to raise you.
Whoa, 50. Whoa.
I'm sorry. I know I lied about your age. I know you're only 55. So.
All right. So now that we're kind of segue into what the lineup has been doing lately, Nimmo hitting like 360 over his last 15 games, and Pete hitting blast after blast. Soto's doing it. The shuffle's back.
Careful
now.
I think he needed the shuffle.
McNeil is hitting. Marte is hitting.
McNeil's hitting hard. Marte still got that swing going. Yep.
So
and all they have to do is get Beatty a little bit hot. Well, Beatty's going to be on the bench the next game. I can tell you that right away. He's not playing the next game. He's on the bench.
Trying to get me started again here.
Sorry, rookie. What? You heard that? Producer Joe's right, man. That. Whip him into shape. Sit him down. Mauricio. Hey, by the way.
Actually, that's a slap sound effect. That was me slapping him back down to the bench. Sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, because Mauricio's got a gun, man. That kid from third to first, that's a missile he's throwing. He could easily keep that job if he starts hitting. Oh wow!
Oof.
I'm so excited. We got such good players, such potential in these guys.
The amount of depth, you got 5 guys still in the top 100 in minor leagues for the Mets.
Sure do. Yeah.
And it's just like there was a time period where we would like look forward to a player coming up when his name was mentioned. Oh, he's coming. All right, we'll see what that's about. But now it's been like one after the other. Everybody's bringing something.
Coming,
right?
Dude. They're all coming.
Even Acuna. Acuna struggled to plate, but speed never has.
Go ahead.
Never,
spit it out.
What is it?
Spit it out, Grandpa.
Come on. Speed's always there. So whether it be a pinch runner or
speed kills. Yeah,
that's not where I was going either. Speed never slumps. Thank you.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't. Yeah, it does when you pull a hammy, you're slumping.
Is that a shot of Vientos?
But he wasn't that fast to begin with anywbe. Okay, It looked like he was running in mud. I don't even understand. He's a young kid, barely 25 years old. Can't get out of home plate to run to first base. However, he's spinning around like those little cartoon animals, right? Like that. His little feet. He's like 7 foot tall, right? He's got 2 feet. Well, there's a guy around here
and Rodriguez actually got to see that happen live.
I think I've heard this story before.
Producer Joe. It happened to Producer Joe.
This story for 25 years.
Good Lord. It's I never thought I would see a cartoon, but he was that coyote, the coyote just spinning his legs and trying to get out of that home plate, dude. The ball went to the outfield and he still wasn't out of the batter's box yet.
And I got
I don't
thrown out at
understand
first.
how.
I hit a single.
Wait,
I hit a single, and I got thrown out at first because I spent 4 seconds at home plate running in place in a cloud of dirt.
In real life,
oh my God.
Farace, you imagine this. It was a ball. It was a ball of dirt and cleats, and he got thrown out. The ball was in the outfield. The girl threw it in to the other girl at second base, who kicked it over to first base. Okay, the guy couldn't pick it up, bobbled, dropped, grabbed the ball, ran to first base, tripped before he got to first
Like
base,
a Paul O'Neill
first
when he
base,
kicked the ball in back in the infield.
and then producer Joe passed across the plate, across first base. It took a long time. It took a long time, man.
Oh shit.
True story. Except the guy at second didn't roll the ball, kick the ball over. rolled it like a bocce ball over to first base.
My God.
I'm telling you, I wasn't wearing cleats. I came in sneakers, and it was like dirt around home. Nobody else had any problem. I'm saying I hit the ball. I think I was just so excited. I made solid contact. I literally was. It was like running on a treadmill. I mean, my feet were moving, and I was standing still. It was
God, I wish it was a recording of that.
I had to take him out of the game after that.
Although maybe the visual is better.
That was it. Yeah.
No, the visual is better. The visual is way better because you can imagine anything, and you can't imagine the real truth because I saw it. But
All right. Isaac Convientos, Wilmer Flores 2.0. I think he's up near the top of the league in RBI right now.
Wilmer Flores is a beast bat, man. That's a good DH. He comes
I remember
clutch.
I remember he had a year, I think in the minor leagues where he hit like 12 home runs, but he had 100 RBI.
He was a monster, and he played shortstop. He was a shortstop and everything. I don't understand it. He's like that near great type of guy. The guy he's on the cusp. There's something missing for him to become an elite player. I don't know if it was Wilmer needed some speed or to be a better defender, probably. And he would have been able to. He would have been able to lock down a position and stay there, and then he would have put up big numbers. Because I think he was a Miguel Cabrera light type of player. But anyway,
and he was clutch as hell.
He was, dude. He won us games.
Still lead. Isn't he still the all-time leader in Mets walk-off RBI or something like that?
Probably. Well deserved too.
And obviously a fan favorite, and he's a fan favorite in San Francisco. Everybody loves him. He's a good kid. He's in the system with the Mets since he was what? He was 15.
The most walk-off RBIs in Mets history is Wilmer Flores with 10. Anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess number 2 and number 3 and number 4?
Number 2 and number 4?
Wilmer Flores is first with 10 walk-off RBIs. Would you care to guess the next 3 on the list?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm gonna go.
Captain.
Captain with 10.
Wow, Captain with 10. So he's at 2.
Yep.
So let's see. Captain. You're talking about game-winning RBIs. Somebody gets the Hernandez.
Polar Bear.
Polar Bear
with 8. And then after him in 4th.
I'm going with a pinch hitter somewhere around here. A really good pinch hitter. Matt Franco, or what was the other dude's name?
Rusty Staub? Lenny
Staub or Lenny Harris.
Lenny Randall?
No,
not Lenny Randall.
No, not Lenny Randall. Lenny, what was his name?
Harris.
Lenny Harris.
He was good.
Lenny Harris.
It can't be him because he'd be looking at his name. So
Correct. It's not him.
Yeah.
It's Lindor with 5.
Oh,
wow,
Yeah,
really?
nobody was even thinking Lindor.
I didn't
no,
think
I
he even
wasn't
had.
thinking about Lindor. Wow.
Lindor's going to be all over the Mets record books when he retires, when he leaves us. And
Yeah.
I really hope we do it right and don't let him go finish out a year or two at another team. That would be hurtful, man. You should let this kid,
Piazza.
like they did with Piazza. They play with that. Who did he go back to? The A's, right?
Padres and the
Oakland A's,
A's.
Padres and the A's. But he didn't go back to the Dodgers, or did he?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, good.
And you know what? When they were doing on the broadcast today, they did a segment of players that played for both the Mets and the Dodgers. They didn't put Piazza on there. They didn't put Piazza on there.
They didn't.
And
wow.
I'm wondering if Piazza's like, let me not be associated with the Dodgers.
Wow.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to go on there, but no. They
That's weird.
had
I wonder why.
Grody, which
Yeah,
I didn't remember. I don't know why I don't remember the
because
Dodger thing, but they showed
when
the
he
picture.
left the Mets, dude, you weren't even born yet.
No, I wasn't born, but I've watched a lot of
yeah.
Mets. We're all Mets nerds. I've watched a lot of stuff, and I just don't remember that. Like I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Like they remember that there was a documentary of the 69 to 86 gap in there. I'm sure they would have mentioned it somewhere in there, but whatever. I didn't think
Nerd.
so.
Nerd.
Yeah, we're all Mets nerds.
Relax.
What's going on there. All right. Well, we got the captain right there.
Yeah,
all right.
He's not the captain, but yeah, Wilmer Flores. Huh, go figure. What a stat.
It's a great stat.
Yeah.
Wilmer's going to go down as one of the most fan favorite Mets of all time, obviously.
He definitely should not. Yeah. Oh my God!
I remember that night.
Good God.
That's like I remember I was like ironing my clothes for the next day, and they're talking about this guy getting traded. He's crying at shortstop. I'm like, damn, man, they traded Wilmer.
That was pretty
and
bad.
Thank God. Remember they were going to trade him for Jay Bruce that year. They wound up pulling that. Remember, it was okay the next year, but then they wound up getting Cespedes. Could you imagine if they would have gotten Bruce that year? Because the Mets don't do shit that year without Cespedes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Jay Bruce was still a good player then. But when he became a Met, he wasn't that good again. He wasn't that good.
He was okay, but then he said, "What did Keith used to? When he tear something in his glute?"
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We really had bad luck sometimes.
Isaac, that's true. Like 10 years ago. That's what I'm saying. This is the 25th anniversary of the Subway Series.
And I just looked it up, and I was like, wait a minute. That was 10 years ago, Wilmer Flores, in July. Next month, it's going to be 10 years. Holy cow.
2015, dude. 2015.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I would that when they clinched in Cincinnati that year, I was on at an all-inclusive celebrating my wife's 30th birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought you said gay cruise.
All right. No, thanks for telling the world how old your wife is, but that's cool.
And so now it's 2025, and guess what? 40th.
And once again, you dig your head grave a little deeper. Well done.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
What's coming up here next?
50.
What do we got? I might be done tonight. What do we got here coming up next? We go to Colorado to play the 12 and 50 Colorado Rockies.
Solid record.
Yeah, listen, they left Citi Field 9 and 50. They leave Marlins 12 and 50. You know what happened there? And then we come home to play the Nationals and the Rays with a 6-game homestand coming up. So
and that's when Pete passes the captain for the home run record.
You're right. One of those games, because that's that Rays series will be a tricky series. But let's see let's see this Colorado 17 ERA, 9 ERA, 5 ERA thing coming up. Screw you, Landon Knack, and your stupid 5.12 ERA and your stupid Dodgers. Wait a second. Is that
dude?
what?
Relax.
Hey,
what are you doing?
Listen, Senga 1.60 ERA, 6-3, going in, and Antonio Sensatella.
Salmonella.
Hey, that's the Salmonella guy, right? I was gonna say that. That's your Salmonella guy. His ERA is the number of home runs that Babe Ruth hit in his career, 7.14. That's crazy. He's 1-10, poor guy. He's Anthony Young.
He's taking it up for the team. He's taking up the Yahoo
poor
for
guy.
the team. Poor guy.
All right, so he's 1-10, 7.14 ERA. Next up, you got Clay Holmes, who I don't care what anybody wants to say, the most inexpensive.
And I didn't even say anything about it before. Dude, what a move. What a move right now before the All-Star break even finishes. Clay Holmes. Great move.
Unbelievable. 6-3, 3.07 ERA. His attitude is amazing, by the way. Every when they speak, like he's a smart pitcher. When Rodriguez,
I love that.
But you probably appreciate his interviews after his starts, because he's talking about the ins and outs of pitching. And because Clay Holmes, you got to be more of a finesse. I don't want to say finesse guy, but you got to be pinpoint, and you're making yourself into a starter on top of it. And you're 6-3, playing with the New York Mets, 3.07 ERA.
Dude, it's
$11 million a year.
It's that drop.
$11 million
worth of drop.
Yeah, that's right. So I saw somewhere, because I was thinking, there's a site out there about worth, like the value, what you're giving,
right?
And he's giving $26 million a year value right now at $11 million.
He's playing himself into a big contract.
Yes, as a starter.
If he can stay this way. Oh, he rejected the Skankies too. Oh, look at that. Rejection must suck, huh? Sorry, Skanks.
All right, well,
later.
He is going against Carson Palmquist, 0-4, an 8.50 ERA.
Okay.
He's got 4. He's not a strikeout guy. 14 strikeouts. He's 0-4, so I'm assuming he's started at least 8-9 games, maybe. Or maybe just 4. Still 4 strikeouts.
Obviously, he's not a strikeout guy. He's 0-4 with an 8 point something ERA.
8.50, baby.
He's not a strikeout guy.
All right, and then
the last 3 innings.
A 9:40 start on a Saturday. That just turned to produce Joe right there. And then what's the start time for tomorrow? 9:40 probably also. All right, and then Sunday is a 3:10 start at Coors Field again. Tyler McGill, who again gave up 4 runs to the Dodgers in the first inning, but then settled down nicely. So hopefully he takes that into the next start against this crappy team. 4-4.
Start with no runs, douche.
That's a good way to do it. 3.77 ERA against Herman Marquez, who used to be he might still be the ace, but used to be the ace. 2-7, 6.98 ERA. I'm almost feeling bad for this team, but I also know that the Mets need to just settle in and just beat up on this team, even on the road.
They can win. They're pros. They have a shot. That's why you play the game, dude. They can win it. They can win a game or 2 games and hurt us. Okay, so we have to stay focused and stay strong and sweep them. I'm telling you, you can't sleep on them. They're at their home field. We should be able to score a lot against them. Honestly, we should, but you can't sleep on them. I want another sweep. That means that we're focused. Another sweep, or at least another sweep.
I'm not sure, but I think Isaac called you Keith. Alonso will pass right this weekend, Keith.
What?
He's not. Don't be too hurt. All right.
I'm so hurt.
Sweep. We all say sweep.
I'm saying sweep.
Producer Joe. Sweep action there.
Absolutely a sweep. 100%.
All right. Yeah, then come back. You got Monday off, and then the National Series. I don't think anything's set with them. You got Canning coming back with the Mets, 6-2. Again, that dude was the worst statistical pitcher in all of baseball last year, and he's now 6-2 at 2.90 ERA. Middle name is Trevor. I hear.
I heard. Griffin,
is that what it is?
Trevor, Canning. You know, it
Yeah.
kind of flows. It kind of flows. Griffin,
It
Trevor,
does.
Bauer, Flanning. No, Canning.
And it's cool. Like it's cool. It's GTC. Like it's cool initials. GTC.
Okay,
It flows.
Yeah, it flows. Don't talk about him
flowing.
again.
All right, sorry.
Joe, producer Joe's gonna start
He's
flowing.
gonna get
again.
mad. It's gonna be
Change
you
it.
closing out the whole show, and that's what's gonna wind up happening.
That would be either of us.
All right, I think we got to everything here. We spoke
did.
through a ton of stuff, had a lot of fun. Rodriguez, what do you got here on the way out?
Oh man, I can't believe this is going to be such a short show. I'm so happy. Listen, guys, we have a really good team. We really do. Even if you want to act like Farace and let out your sexual frustrations and blame it on the Mets, that's fine. It's okay. It's your thing. Do your thing, guys. However, we have a really good team, and they're playing some of the best teams in the league, and they're beating them or playing right up to their caliber. We're good. We just have to beat up Colorado. Isaiah, you're right. He'll do it this weekend in Colorado, and that's what I was thinking. I might have said the wrong thing.
He called you Keats, or you call him Isaiah? That's Isaac.
I'm just saying. My bad, Isaac. Yeah. Let's go Mets. Enjoy the games.
All right, producer Joe, what you got here?
We're a good team, and we've, as Met fans, become very accustomed to having great high hope, optimism, early starts, crash and burn, all-star break, crash and burn, end of season. This is it's a different team, and credit that to Uncle Steve and Stearns. And the vibe is very positive, and it's fun to watch. And, this is a great ride. Let's go Mets. And, today was a bummer. Yeah. I mean, we could have swept that series. But
I know.
the Dodgers are the best hitting team in the league, and they're at home. Taking a split from them is quite respectable. We won the season series from them, and I lost for Roch. All right.
No, that was me. You're bringing the anger back to me. You could have swept him.
He's trying to control his anger. Yeah. That's what he's doing.
We'll talk about anger management next week's segment. And
he's a skinny Frank the Tank.
A lot of fun cheering for a team this long.
Wow.
And having them be, they're a good team and a lot of optimism, and they're fun to watch. And
and they're going to be a better team once they're pitching.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the depth. We've got guys coming back, and and we got guys who haven't come around fully yet. And it's and we're still one of the 3 best records in baseball. So,
bingo. It's what we've always wanted. So we've been waiting for.
Yeah,
so we should enjoy it.
Producer Joe, we forgot to play a video. Can we do that really quick? Then I'll give my thing.
Yes.
It's a cool video. I thought I like the camera angle.
Okay.
Soto turns on this, sends it a long way to right field. Hernandez is back, looking up, and it's gone. Juan Soto with a 2-run home run brings the Mets back within a run. For Soto, his 11th home run in a New York Mets uniform.
He's miserable.
I love that was off the caveman. I love that. I can't stand that guy. Yeah. So
Hall of Famer, unfortunately. And so is
Tom is trying to trigger me again.
No
one's trying to trigger you. It's
Dom's trying to trigger me in the comments.
I'm sure.
No, Dom.
Oh, Dom.
Yeah.
I can't
He said our manager blew the game.
Oh, good Lord. Is he out of
Oh,
his
the
mind?
manager.
What are you talking about?
What do you
talking
mean he
about?
blew the game? 13
Yeah,
guys left on base. Beatty
Yeah.
throwing the
All
ball
those
into the
guys
dirt
left on
4
base.
feet away. Don't do it, Dom.
Absolutely. Guy could throw a strike. Guy throws the ball away. Lets the runners advance.
And
really
don't get me started on the umpires. All right, let's rack the show up again. I'm ready to go. Let's go freshen up. Here we go. Hour
Say
two.
something
Okay.
positive. You gotta leave. Say something positive.
All right, something positive. The Phillies got their ass kicked today, 9-1. The Braves.
Jesus.
The Braves, congratulations. You scored 10 runs. You gave up 11 and you lost to the Diamondbacks.
Ooh.
Games up on the Braves.
Bit by the snake.
The Braves are 3.5 games out of last place. The Phillies are in second place, though they had a lead on us. Mets are 39-24. And 24-7 at home. Let's go. Forget about all this negativity. Yeah. Let's go, Mets. Let's whoop up on those Rockies. And then we head back home, take a nice little siesta on a day off on Monday. And then we go back to whooping some ass about the Nationals and the Rays. Producer Joe, get us up out of here. We'll keep you all updated in the Facebook group. Peace out, everybody.